set up like a video call, Skype. I don't know. But this is cool. This works too.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm actually going to let Robot handle this because he actually is like a programmer and hacking things is like the coolest thing ever. So,
Right on.
I'm gonna let you take over, Robot.
Oh, you're gonna make it work? Oh,
You're
you're gonna
gonna
launch it and everything?
hit play.
Okay.
I'm just you're sitting there and squishing me, so I wanted to move. So why don't you start just to like get things going a little bit? I do apologize for things running a little late. Everything kind of just stacked up on
Yeah,
itself.
no problem. The stream's been really cool, so yeah, no worries.
But just tell us a little bit about yourself and this game. How many people are involved? Like, you know, the general intro stuff.
Alright, cool. Well, my name's Matt. I'm from Australia. I'm making Hacknet pretty much on my own, as much as you can make a video game on your own these days. I made a prototype of it about 3 years ago in a game jam and sort of put that out on IndieDB, and it got really popular and people loved it. And so I kind of secretly behind the scenes, and at the end of that demo I said I was quitting development on the game to work on other things because I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. And yeah, and I got a lot of emails, and I still to this day get a lot of emails of people that say they really love it and wanted me to keep working on it. So I kind of did, and I've been working on it for a few years now on my own, and it's going to be out in like 3 days, and it's all been pretty crazy.
Wow.
Is this the latest version? It doesn't have the multiplayer.
Yeah, multiplayer's been stripped out for the first Steam release because it wasn't good enough.
I
There's gonna be.
get a chance to try it.
I can send you a super secret preview at some point if you guys want to show that. But we're basically planning on having a patch pretty soon after release that comes with like Mac and Linux support, and like patches in multiplayer, and hopefully mod support and workshop support and stuff like that. So that stuff's all coming. But yeah, really wanted to make sure that the first release was as polished and as good in the single player like core experience as we could. And I ran into some issues with like input hooks and stuff for the Mac and Linux versions, and I just didn't feel like I'd be able to make it the like best experience it could be. So we're gonna delay that until it like feels really done, and then put out those sort of things.
So
That's a good choice, I think.
I love this game.
Yeah?
Like so much.
That's really awesome. Yeah.
It is like the kind of it is the kind of fun that I like to have. So this is like totally my thing.
Awesome. Did you
I
ever
like
play
this- Okay, sorry.
Did you ever play the 2012 version? Or is this the first one you've seen?
This is the first one I've seen.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah,
You
2
don't even know
years
what's
ago.
coming then.
Yeah, hold
That's
on.
exciting.
Yeah.
So
I'm just fixing things. I'm sorry. Bam. Music is off.
click on the Hacknet thing again.
Hold on. I have like. Okay, hold on.
Music would just be starting now.
Where'd it go? There.
Okay.
Yeah? We've
So-
got music coming.
I've played through this, but whatever was up on Steam, like when there was the multiplayer stuff in
Yep.
it, I've played through that. Is this different?
Wait, have you just got the new Steam version now?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, that's kind of cool, because I put out a... I moved it from being the press demo to being the full version of the game, like last night. This
Oh.
might actually be the first time it's ever shown on stream.
Oh, like the full version of
That's-
the game. I'm
yeah.
extremely
That's pretty
excited because I can't wait to.
Calvin played the demo and he was like, "It's over."
Yeah, it was so
No.
sad. I'm gonna actually turn this volume down a little bit so I can hear you a little better.
Cool, yeah, Hitch talking about the piano intro, this is kind of, there's so much about the early game of Hacknet that's just gone through like a billion revisions, because what it's trying to teach in a really short amount of time is really like scary and complicated to a lot of people. And it really came through showing it at conventions a lot, where people would just like be completely turned off by the whole terminal thing. So this has gone through like a million revisions to try and make that easier. But one of the things that was in there from the start was this song that's playing called Revolve, and the original version that was in the older one, like I loved so much, and I tracked down the guy that made it and tried to license it for the full one, but I couldn't because it used all these like commercial samples. So this is the remix that he did, like using only his own samples and stuff so that I could use it in the game, and it changed it. He changed the intro to this like soft piano thing, but I think it worked out really well.
So yeah, this is a bit different from what I played before.
Yeah.
Just probe the system. Port's open.
Hey, you got to disconnect.
Disconnect?
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream on delay, so I'm not actually
Yeah.
sure what you're up to. But
So, do I want to go into my own computer?
yeah, probably. So just click on the green node and disconnect from it afterwards. Yeah, there you go. You're fine. The tutorial's just gone through a lot of revisions, but it's still not quite good enough, I think. I'm not sure. It's still something that I want to keep working on even after release, but it's a really delicate thing.
It's very, very hard to explain how to do something that you know really well how to do.
Yeah, it's partly that. But it's also that like a lot of the steps in this are really simple, right? You're just typing one word, and it's not that hard to remember the word, and like a lot of the like tricks and stuff in the UI will like push you towards knowing what that word is. It's not that hard. It's more like intimidating, if that makes sense. Like it's not something you're used to learning or used to feeling comfortable with learning. Robert, you've connected to yourself again, so you might want to like click on the blue one and then try port hacking that.
Yeah, don't port hack
It
yourself.
has locked me out of stuff.
Scan
Can I click up here? I can. Why is it locking me out of that?
Whoa, what have you done?
Yeah, I totally messed it up.
Robot
Oh
broke
god,
everything.
okay,
Broke
I
it.
can get you through this. You gotta type in scan,
Type in scan.
yeah, and then type in connect and then space whatever IP address came up in scan.
I love it. This is like tech support for real computers.
Yeah, it's all kind of awkward. It's kind of tricky to do this on delay, but I'm sure it'll work out. But yeah, like stuff like this with the intro sequence can get a bit tricky when people aren't like in that headspace where they've got all their hacker stuff going on and they're not like thinking about the commands, they're thinking about what they want to do. And that's all the game sort of tries to push you towards. But yeah, it'll hopefully work out pretty well. I'm getting a lot of good responses from the first versions that have come out.
So this game is obviously not really geared towards casual players.
Yes, sort of. I don't know how to describe it, I guess. It doesn't really fit into most normal categories, I guess. Someone called it a point-and-click adventure, which I thought was pretty cool.
A point and
Or it's like, it's half point-and-click adventure, half text-based adventure. But,
it's very interesting because it's got this very very text-based interface that's using a lot of kind of technical terminology and like you're doing like some actual things like
yeah,
ports
like
are
all
a
these
thing.
commands are like real to the extent that they can be, right?
Right.
So
Of
after you've played through Hacknet, you should be able to just open up a terminal on the Link's computer and be able to do things that are useful and not be sort of scared of it and think it's crazy. It's like meant to teach you that that's not something you should be scared of. It's just like another tool. Yeah, but it's not really for casual people, I guess. I don't know how to describe it better than that. It's
If you're a programmer, I think you probably
yeah.
freak out. Or if you're an IT guy.
Or if you like spent some of your teenage years getting into systems that you weren't supposed to get into.
Potentially. Or
Yeah.
if you're a huge fan of like sci-fi movies.
Yeah,
I can
or-
see this getting like
So
all kind of exciting.
what I got excited about was at the end of the demo where it like really started to get serious. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh man, I need more of this. I was ready to type this stuff in really fast, and I only got to do that one thing, and I don't know. It was just,
You were
I
ready
was
for
ready.
more.
I was totally ready. For
yeah. All right, effective teaser.
I think this is definitely a niche game, but it's the kind of niche where like anyone who sees it and is interested in it is gonna like freak out about it.
I really hope so, but it turns out that niche is like enormous, which is really good news for me. But
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of people that have like seen it and played the original, and like the trailer's doing really great.
That's awesome.
It's kind of niche, but I've put like a lot of work into making it approachable. Like if you just think it looks cool and you want to feel like a hacker, the game will teach you how to do that as long as you give it some focus and time. That sort of sounds a bit demanding too, but I think more don't be scared of it if you don't feel like you're in the niche but you still want to give it a shot. It's geared to you.
Interesting.
So I also really love the story here. Like this is just there's some cool sci-fi stuff going on here, and I was very intrigued and wanted to know more.
What is it that it's just like read a tiny clip of it so that we can kind of get an idea of what you mean by that.
A tiny clip of
He's looking at a letter right now, and I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to get him to read a little bit.
Right now I'm trapped. There's no way out, not enough time, and I need your help. There's something you need to take care of first. The faster the better. You know, so it's like there's somebody out there doing something.
Who sent you this message?
This bit guy, and they are getting you to do all the hackering.
Yeah, there are a couple of like people and I guess like characters or agents, some of whom are alive, some of whom aren't, some are like active, and some you just talk to their like responders and computers and stuff. But yeah, there's like stuff going on, and that's like a feeling I really wanted to push in the game. Like at the moment you feel like most alone and like your actions aren't really doing anything, they're just computers and you break into them, is when you're like the most vulnerable. And there's a point at which you don't get to in the demo that Robot I think you'll really like, that tries to make that very obvious. I won't like spoil too much.
So Bonozo Apps is asking about where they can buy the game.
Oh, cool. So it's out on Steam, and I'll post the website into chat.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's out on Steam. It'll be released on the 12th, which is in like 3 days, which is terrifying, but it's all going pretty well. It should also be on Humble Store and maybe GOG and a whole bunch of European game sites. So there should be a lot of good ways to get it, but if you're like me, then Steam's the one that matters.
Awesome. It's nice to have a bunch of options, but it does seem like Steam is like the big one.
It is really the big one, although Steam's got some weird stuff going on lately where they're letting in like everything.
Yeah.
So Steam's opening up a lot.
Yeah, the whole green light thing that's been going on has definitely changed the marketplace there drastically, and it seems to still be changing. So.
Well, I think it's kind of cool. I think they're moving towards community curation. So then it's not curated by Steam as a company anymore. It's meant to be curated by the people that have like that you follow. And I really like that idea. But we're going through like the awkward transition phase at the moment, so the marketplace kind of looks crazy.
Yeah. We're also like, once you reduce that gate, once it's being curated by the community, like it's impossible to gauge things by like a game releasing and checking it out, because more games release in a day than you'd be like able to actually give your full attention to.
Well, I mean, that's always sort of been the case, right? And I think Steam's just pushing towards this means of curating all that, so you can subscribe to sort of channels where you see the stuff that you're going to be interested in, and then it's like an approachable amount, right? And then the people that are in the niche that would want to check out Hacknet get that pushed in front of them instead of a whole bunch of stuff they don't. So it's a good idea. We're just getting there, and it's sort of awkward. But I mean, I'm on Steam, so it's cool. It works for me, and it works for everyone likes that.
Yeah, I totally.
I actually just finished doing all the Steam trading card backgrounds and emoticon stuff today, so that's kind of cool. I've never really been that into it, but it's nice seeing like the back end of it and how it all fits together. So that's pretty cool. If you're into that, then yeah, we just added that too.
That's awesome. Hacknet's gonna have cards. What kind of art did you end up coming up with? Or is it a lot of like little just text blurbs on the card?
The actual art for the game is kind of like a weird process because I'm not really an artist, and I contracted some artists to do a lot of logos and websites and stuff for companies in the game. But a lot of it's this weird digital sort of thing. Like I really like making patterns and sequences that the computer wants to make in a lot of ways. Like the visualizer in the bottom left is like stuff reading the memory of like the music that's playing, and all the programs that you run have some weird ties into like how the data for those programs like looks, and then it would just visualize them in certain ways, and a lot of that just looks cool because data's cool. But so I do a lot of like work with that, and that's how the game sort of gets its look and feel, and the art from that sort of pulled from a lot of the logos of companies in the game, and a lot of the like computer icons and security bits and pieces as like the big set pieces, and the backgrounds are my sort of like digital art stuff. So I think it turns out looking pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I think it's pretty awesome. As for Slushy, I'm kind of planning on putting on itch.io maybe, depending on how that all works out. I'll talk to my publisher about it. It's weird having a publisher now because I can say stuff like that.
Yeah. But for the longest time, you were just doing it by yourself.
For like years, and it sounds weird to say that, right? Because I am still just sort of like sitting in my study working on this game, coding all day, and it's just me and this colossal thing that's like gotten so big that, yeah, I have other people that just help with marketing stuff and like pushing it to other stores, and there's so much work to do in doing the release parts of the game, but aren't actually finishing it. Everyone says to you like, oh, you're gonna put this in, you're gonna do this, and I'm like, man, I've got to record footage for a trailer today, and then I got to change this website. Like, I'm gonna have time to make the actual game, right?
Yeah.
So it's good having some people to help out with that side of things, and I really just wanted to like make the game as good as it could be, and like having people that let me focus more on that has really helped.
No, that makes sense. Getting more time to focus on the game is always good. So can you just to everybody who's watching who has no idea what's going on, can you just kind of give like a kind of just a rough explanation
like, the
of what
elevator
robot
pitch?
is going through and why?
Sure.
Kind of?
Cool. So it's a hacking game, and basically it'll teach you the basic tools for hacking and give you a bunch of options about how to go about that. But right now, Robot's going through the early stages, which are designed to get you more familiar and comfortable with using the command line for things and getting around and understanding how all these systems and basic security concepts work. And he's sort of in the middle of that at the moment, but where the game's taking that is giving you more, I guess, almost like puzzles, but that sort of seems the wrong way of putting it. It more will put you in interesting environments and challenges and security setups and networks and corporations that you've got to use the fact that you're now comfortable in this digital world and network to like look for different flaws in or find holes and investigate. And that's sort of where the game's going. But yeah, Hacknet's designed to look realistic enough that you can't play at an airport, but teach you, not be approachable, but just teaches you really well. This is my sort of goal behind it.
Very cool. So are people learning to really hack in this game?
Well, I can tell you for sure that if you're not a hacker and you play this game, you'll be a lot closer to being a hacker. But it's not gonna, I'm not gonna be like training an army of hackers with the game. That's like know what I'm about. It's not what the game's about. But if you're looking to be more comfortable with like thinking about and knowing about security stuff, sure, it's going to give you plenty of that. Like, it spends a whole bunch of time talking about digital security and teaching you how to use a terminal. Those are pretty fundamental hack skills, but like a lot of the programs and actually dangerous bits of the game are abstracted away as to not make it really dangerous. But that's also kind of the fun of it, right?
Well, yeah, it's not actually dangerous. That's what makes it a game in a lot of senses.
I mean, there are some dangerous bits, but don't get carried away, right? Hey, come on, just don't be crazy and think about what you're doing, and everything will be fine. Be fine.
It's good.
It's all fake, right?
It's all
Most of
okay.
it.
Oh, an interesting question has been asked in the chat. KnubTW wants to know if you can write shell scripts to automate tasks on it.
All right, this is a question I actually get asked a bunch, and the answer is no, although I did prototype it to see how it would work. It turns out that it's sort of, you end up writing yourself out of a lot of interesting parts of the game. where like if you write a shell script that you know will break into everything, you're just gonna run it every time, even if that's like not really the optimal way to do it for that system, and like you sort of push yourself into habit. It just turned out bad. Like you'd write one shell script which has all of your like basic commands in order, and then you'll just run it and then you'll stare at the screen, even if it's not like the best way to be doing the thing that you're doing, just because you know that it'll work and it'll give you some time at the end, and it sort of pushes you into a really bad way of playing it. It's something that I really want to add if I ever do like a big expansion or a sequel, because I have some cool ideas about making it more reactive so that doesn't really work nearly as well. But no, for this one, I took shell scripts out and writing player scripts because I felt like it took away more than it added, if that makes sense. A lot of this design you have to be sort of pretty bold in where you make the decisions and where you draw the lines, and I felt that ruined a lot of the interesting bits of it because it would make you complacent, and that would like put you in a bad position.
No, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I haven't done this at all. That's very interesting.
You learning?
Yeah, no, this is a totally different thing than what I did before.
We're probably gonna play this game for another like 10 minutes. Everything ran a little bit late near the end. Things just kept piling up. And we have one more game to play after this, and then we eat cake. So make sure that in this 10 minutes you get exactly what you want out of this super show. All right? Like if there's something you wanted to talk about, or there's a cool story, or you wanted to just anything
Yeah.
that you think is interesting or good or helpful for you or other people watching, pour it on us.
Cool. Will this game kill me, Hitch? No, it probably won't. I'll give good odds on it not killing me. I guess I'm just gonna answer some chat stuff while I think of something to say for that. But
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, it's alright.
Oh
good.
You know, just doing this whole super show thing, I wish I could give everybody like 1,000 hours, but I want you to have what the best outcomes could be.
I feel like you know better than me that spending 1,000 consecutive hours streaming's like probably pretty difficult.
Yeah, the last super
I think
show
you've maybe done that before, so I don't even know.
The last super show we ran it for 24 hours, and that was definitely too much. I'm too old for that. Maybe if I was 15.
That. Bonazo apps. Does this game have a lot of sound effects? Yeah, it has a few, but it's more about the music, which was really for the forefront. I spent a lot of time trying to find artists and find songs that really fit it, and I guess my top priority with the game wasn't actually to make it fun. It was to make you feel like a hacker, right? And even if you're doing something that's not fun or that's stressful or it's not an enjoyable experience, if you feel like a hacker, that's cool. That's what I want. And it's like, it turned out to be fun a lot of the time anyway, which was really good.
It's fun to be a hacker, right? It's like
it's so fun, right? It's cool. You should feel cool, and that's the feeling and idea that I wanted to push behind the whole thing. So I spent a lot of time trying to get music that really fit that, and I'm so happy with how the soundtrack turned out. I've got some tracks in there by if you guys know the Outrun genre, which I got super into during development, which is basically all the Hotline Miami music. That's pretty much where the soundtrack goes as you get more hardcore, and I'm all about that. But yeah, I got a song by Carpenter Brute, who's in Hotline Miami. Remy Gallegos, who's with The Algorithm, has made some excellent artists from the German house scene did a track for it, and it's sort of a lot of different artists that contribute to this like feel, and that was how I wanted to approach it.
Whoa, something just started counting down. What does that mean? What was that? Calvin.
I started doing it. I'm getting traced on that one, I think.
Oh, you're getting traced. Oh, so if there's like actual, like this is maybe some of the stressful stuff happening.
Oh, whoa. I don't think you should be trying to hack into that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Abort!
Yeah.
How do I do this? I'm stuck. Okay.
Just go probe it.
Probe it. I probed it.
Yeah. You can use nmap if you want to use the legitimate version of that command. There you go, proxy's done.
Alright, so... Over here? Nope. This is the one, the entropy test server. Am I on the wrong thing?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh no, I'm on. Oh, this one.
This
one. Wait. I'm supposed to get into the entropy test server? Right?
Yeah, you were. Oh well, on the 20-second delay, you're connected to it now. You can always see in the top right where you are.
All right. It won't let me overload this one, or maybe I don't know how to do it.
Is there a special
I know you've already overloaded it. Proxy
okay.
bypassed.
Oh, proxy bypass. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you overloaded it just before when you were connecting.
I'm just not paying attention.
Yeah, it's already done. Don't worry. I'm trying to keep up with you on the delay here.
One of the reasons why I wanted Robot to stream this as well, to play it as well, is because I feel like it's the type of game you can't have a conversation while playing.
It's kind of difficult. It actually shows really badly at conventions, which is sort of disastrous. I guess it got a lot better. The first time I brought this to a convention, it was just like a huge stream of people that would sit down to play it and then see the terminal and freak out and leave. And it was just that for 2 days. And then like you'd have 3 or 4 people that would sit down instead, and they would just play it for like 4 hours straight at a convention, which was kind of amazing. But it sort of made me like a bit terrified for the release. Oh god, we got this whole convention and like 3 people play it. But they really loved it, and apparently the planet's just really big, and there are a lot of people like that. So hopefully it does okay.
That is one of the nice things about digital distribution, is it reaches the whole planet, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I got a German website, no, sorry, Russian website, made an infographic about the game like the other day. I'm like, I can't even translate it because it's in an image, and I'm like, I had no idea how much I wanted this until it happened. It's pretty great.
Infographic about
yeah, an infographic.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous.
I think it's got like facts about me on it. I think because it's like I can see my name, but everything else is in Russian. So, it's pretty exciting. Yeah, although I brought it to a convention about a couple of weeks ago with a lot of the improvements from the early game, and that's helped a lot. It's really encouraging to see, actually, because I was kind of scared about releasing it and nobody in the world being able to beat the tutorial. So actually having convention goers come and play it was really great. Actually, one of the fastest people to beat the tutorial was like an 8-year-old girl that came up and played on her own. She crushed it. It was so awesome.
That's really cool.
Okay,
Actually, I got some really good news recently.
You make it very difficult.
Hobbs wants to be a hacker too. That's really cool. So just like to get some more little just like basic game information out there before we have to end the stream.
Sorry.
But just like, how long do you think a playthrough of the game is gonna take for people? Like, how long should you expect to be enthralled by the game itself? And like, right now they're not really getting subjected with the story, but there is actually a story that's also happening. I don't know how much of that you want to talk about, but...
Oh yeah, okay, so I had a friend play through the whole game, and he recorded the whole thing and uploaded it privately to YouTube. And I basically like watched through his entire playthrough and like paused it whenever I saw something I didn't like and fixed it and kept watching. His playthrough took a little over 6 hours, and he found 0 secrets. And there are some filthy hidden secrets in this game. I know that from my Steam forums, one of the people who got an early access key was streaming it for like 5 hours the other day, and he didn't get all that far. So there should be a lot of gameplay there, like enough, I think. But yeah, I think an average playthrough will take about 6 hours. There are 2 paths through the game. There's enough alternate missions and stuff that you can play it like maybe 3 times without having to repeat too much.
Oh, cool.
And if you're looking to find all the secrets, you're in for like a long ride.
Excellent.
Yes, Calvin is going to lose productivity now.
That's excellent.
I'm also looking forward to whatever the multiplayer is. Actually, me and the other programmer on Upsilon Circuit, we were like,
yeah,
we need to do this.
They're ready.
Send me an email afterwards, and I'll get you an early copy of the multiplayer stuff.
You have some beta testers.
Yeah, we would be happy.
I can tell you right now that it's basically like 1v1 competitive, and it's all about metagame and just like outthinking them. So you've just like the best strategy is to connect to something and just line wait as a trap and just be like watching those logs, and as soon as they connect, you download the log, you like clear all traces of you, you crash the computer so they can't find you, then you like go back to your computer, look at their file and find out where they came from, and then you just like wait until they move somewhere you don't like and strike, and you're both doing this to each other at the same time. So that's sort of multiplayer.
Sounds excellent.
It's pretty intense. We'll see how it works out. I think I got a bit too good at it, so it's hard to see if it's actually fun. But yeah, fun if you're not thinking about it on that level. But we'll see. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Something about the release. Yeah, it's coming out in like 3 days, on the 12th on Steam and a bunch of other places. 3 days.
Oh, so you and the Wanderlust Adventures, you're like, this is perfect timing for you guys. Everybody get excited.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
This is coming out really soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, keep an eye on it. I'm gonna paste the website again into chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can also feel free to hang out in chat and answer any questions that anyone has. If there's any more like extreme, more in-depth things that anyone wants to ask.
Oh, if anyone's going to PAX Oz, I'm actually part of the PAX Indie Showcase there, so I'm gonna have one of those special booths, and I'll be on some panels and stuff. That's going to be really exciting. So I'm going to be at PAX Oz with Hacknet for sure, hopefully showing off some either mod support or multiplayer or the ports to other platforms or whatever happens after release. But
Awesome.
There's definitely some cool stuff going on there.
Calvin, have you been enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I kind of haven't been paying a whole lot of attention.
You hacked all the things. You got an award. You made an achievement, Calvin.
Yeah,
You achieved
I
things.
achieved stuff. I got a part of the
So,
intro.
Calvin, just real quick
nice.
before we end this portion, what do you think of the game? And why do you think people should play it? And all the things. Like, what was your experience? Because it's really hard when you're just like sitting there playing and in depth and doing the thing.
Okay, there's something really fun and interesting about exploring systems. Like, and I mean systems in general. Like, understanding how systems work is a lot of fun. And then like exploiting and getting those systems to do things you don't want to do. And that's like a lot of the fun of actual hacking is like messing around with things and being somewhere you're not supposed to be and doing something you're not supposed to do. And this lets you do this without actually breaking any laws in a game environment. And
You might be breaking some laws.
that's fantastic. So
I'm really glad you like it, especially hearing that is that I think you're really gonna like where the end game goes, if that's what you're into,
tell,
like
like-
exploring systems.
I got a hint of it before, and I was just like I didn't get to show like there's this spot. You have to understand there's this spot where like stuff is coming down the screen and they're tracing you, and you're trying to get through this thing before it is, and you're running a ton of different other programs, and you got to worry about how much memory you've allocated and all kinds of stuff, and it's super cool.
Dude, Robot, check out this screenshot I put into chat, and like look at the map down the bottom.
Boop. My leg is not a good mouse pad.
Give me
Here.
this. Oh my gosh, there are so many
Whoa.
nodes.
What is
Yeah,
that?
look at the ports required to crack on this thing. Like, I don't know, I'm so excited about seeing how people react to like the end of the game and like the real security when you're not just like you can't just break into stuff like whenever you want. You've really got to know about how they work and what's going on behind the scenes and
In the demo,
research the people that work there and stuff.
in the demo, I got into a couple servers that you weren't like a part of the like tutorial or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
I found some secrets even in that, so that was fun.
Nice. I can tell you that one of the more secret parts of Hacknet involves modifying, like hacking something into your save file from outside of it. So, like, look forward to some disgusting super secrets. Because
Awesome.
apparently my ones that I thought were pretty secret aren't secret enough, so I can get away with doing this sort of thing.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yep, I wish you the best of luck, because I know that games that don't have like the super shiniest of 3D graphics everywhere tend to have trouble getting attention. So hopefully the fact that
I
your
think
game is
the
so
marketing's
different
gone.
and cool.
The marketing's gone so well so far,
Awesome.
and it's so hard to complain about that. I think the trailer's closing in on 100,000 views now.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice!
And,
Congratulations.
yeah. Thank you. There's like a lot of really amazing feedback. A lot of people are like saying they're really into the game and like streaming it and are pretty excited. So I really had no idea how the game was going to do and how I was supposed to approach it from like a marketing thing. And I think I'm really happy with how it's going and really happy with how people think of it. I'm just really excited in general right now. So
Awesome. That's really
thanks for
awesome.
having me on, guys.
Yeah, no, it's been our pleasure, definitely. It's great to meet you. It's always nice
Yeah,
to
you
meet
too.
a developer that you, like, for Calvin especially. I handed it to Calvin because I'm like, I don't think I have enough time to actually learn how to play this game. Unfortunately, because I got 150 games I had to play in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's madness. You did such a great job organizing this whole thing, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, my pleasure, really. But it's just great to meet developers that you respect. I think that's, you know, that's
Oh,
one
thanks
of
so
the
much.
things. Like, as a dev, meeting other devs, there's just nothing better, I think. So, have an awesome day. I know it's kind of like afternoon now at this point for you.
Yeah, it's 3:30 for me.
Yeah, so have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for being on the show, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Hope the rest of the stream goes really well.
I hope so too. It's almost over. Thank goodness. I'm
You can
ready
make
for
it. I
cake.
believe in you.
The cake is coming. It'll be soon. All right. See you later.
All right, hit me
Bye.
up if you want to check out multiplayer. But I'll talk to you guys later.
I will, definitely. Okay. Bye.
Excellent.
Bye.
All right, see you guys.